Now we want to talk about the color of objects. And the color of an object is not contained in the object. The color is a result of the light that is reflected or transmitted by the object. So case in point, let's pretend that we've got a red bowl. So the pigment that is inside the bowl is going to be the color red. So let's represent that by a line. So this line represents the edge of the bowl and it is the color red. Now what red really is though, so the color red, the pigment color red, is actually a combination of magenta, yellow, and cyan. So which ones? So if we go back to here, let's find the color red and see that it's a combination of magenta plus the color yellow. So do you see where the magenta bowl overlaps with the yellow one? That's where it says that it's red. So the pigment red is a combination of the pigment magenta plus the pigment yellow. Okay, so let's go back to this. We're going to shine white light on the red bowl. So ordinary light, we're going to shine it on the bowl. So ordinary light is going to be a combination of red light, green light, and blue light. So those three light colors are going to be hitting this red bowl. And so it's got the green in the middle, and then it's got the blue over here. So Roy G. Biv. So now let's go back and see what is absorbed. So if we go back to this picture, and we've got magenta and we've got yellow. So what does magenta do? It removes the light color green. So this one would be removed by the magenta. What does the yellow do? It removes the color blue. It's going to turn it into heat. So what's the only one that bounces off the bowl and then goes into your eye? It's going to be the color red. So when you've got ordinary light shining on a red bowl, you're going to see the color red. Big deal. All right, the second picture is what happens if red light shines on a red bowl. What's it going to look like? So the red's going to come in, it's going to ricochet off the bowl, it goes into your eye, you see the color red. So a red bowl illuminated by red light gives you a red bowl. Still, nothing very fancy. But look at what happens in that third picture, where you've got green light shining on a red bowl. What happens? Well, remember, green is going to be absorbed. So that means no light is going to go into your eye, so you're going to see a black bowl. So even though it's really a red bowl, your eye is going to see a black bowl because it's being illuminated by the light color green. Now you know that this is a real effect because let's say that you've gone to a store and you've found a nice shirt or blouse and it looks really, really good, but then you buy it and you go outside. And when you go outside, all of a sudden this thing doesn't look the way it did in the department store. Well, that's because in the department store they use artificial lights. And those artificial lights have different colors in them compared to the colors in sunlight. So that your blouse or your dress or shirt or whatever is going to look different depending on what color of light is shining on it. Okay. So let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about how different kinds of light are produced.